Come and take a tour of my pantry with me. Hello and welcome to my pantry. Last week I shared with you lots of budget-friendly Kmart organizational products, and I gave you a sneak peek into how I use some of those products in my own home. But this week I thought I would give you an in-depth tour of my pantry and how I organize it. I know as mums this is like a hot area for organization because, you know, we want things to look good, we need to fit everything, we need things to be practical, and it's just really the heartbeat of the home. So today I'm going to take you through my pantry. As I came to record this video, I realized my pantry is so untidy, and instead of cleaning it before I did this video, I thought, you know what, I'm going to show you what it looks like because real life, everything doesn't need to be staged, right? So we have been away on holidays and we came home a few days ago. I came home unwell from holidays, so things have just kind of been not functioning as they usually do. Plus, when you use things in real life, it doesn't stay perfectly beautiful all the time. So first up, I'm going to do a quick tidy of the pantry, and then I will go through and tell you some of my favorite things in here. All right, this is as clean as it usually gets in here. We can see you've got the open shelving up the top. I've got bench space and a sink. And then I also have all my cabinets down below, a little step stool that we keep in there to easily reach the top shelves. Now, we did a kitchen renovation about 12 months ago. In fact, I might just pause here and pop in a little video of what my kitchen used to look like. In our kitchen renovation, my husband and I completely designed the kitchen ourselves, and we also did it ourselves. Well, when I say we did it ourselves, he mainly did it and I wrangled the kids because we had a, what was he, just turned 2 and 4.5-year-old then, I think it was. So it was pretty crazy, but my husband did an amazing job, and so we got the bones of our kitchen from Caboodle, from Bunnings, and then we sourced lots of things all over the place depending on price because I was really just wanting to hit budget friendly. So the rest of it is kind of a mix match on where it came from. What you see in my butler's pantry used to be the size of my whole kitchen, except for just then add in a fridge and an oven stovetop, and a bit bigger of a sink. And that was basically my whole kitchen. The bench space I have in there is the exact same bench space that I had in my old kitchen, which is insane. So as you can imagine, it's been a huge change for us that we absolutely love. When it came to designing our kitchen, I always knew that I wanted a butler's pantry. Now, our home is quite small, and when you walk in our front door, the first thing you see is our kitchen. It is open plan. From our door, you see kitchen, dining, lounge room. So it is something that we look at all the time, and I hate clutter and mess. So I knew that I wanted a butler's pantry so I could hide away all the practicalities of life because, you know, I wanted my kitchen to be beautiful, but I also needed it to be so practical. So I wanted to hide away the practicalities in my butler's kitchen and keep my main kitchen looking really nice and beautiful. Some may look at our pantry and think that it is tiny. I know some people who do walk-in pantries or butler pantries have floor-to-ceiling shelving. For us, it just was not necessary. We keep things really minimal. We keep things basic. All of our cooking uses a lot of whole foods and fresh foods, so we didn't need a lot of storage. And it's really funny, when I was designing my kitchen, I had someone say to me when I was talking them through it and showing them the plans, and they said, "Where are you going to put all of your packets of things?" And, you know, we don't have packets of things, or we have very minimal packets of things. So what we have created and designed in there perfectly meets our family's needs and is just the right size for us. We opted for a modern barn style door on the pantry, and when you open it, I have been strategic in putting all of my pretty jars and things straight there. So when the door is open and you're standing back from the kitchen, you just see all of the pretty organizational stuff. And then the more practical, messier stuff is tucked away on the side. Now, next to our butler's pantry is not yet quite complete. This is where we are going to put in our laundry. That is still has to be done, where we are going to put some hanging clothes shelving for the laundry to hide away all of the messy stuff, and we'll put a beautiful wooden bench top, pull out the sink, and our washer and dryer will go in there. So it'll be a multifunctional space. So I love our little sink in here. It is great for washing all my fresh fruit and veg. So that's where I wash my fresh fruit and veg every single week in there, so it doesn't take up the main sink space. If you are doing some cooking or prep or need to wash hands, it has just been so handy having that sink in there, and I love that we did it. The butler's pantry is all the same design as our kitchen, so the backsplash and the cabinetry and all of that is matching in the same. Now, I searched for such a long time to find my perfect container. I'm such a fan of clear containers, so you can easily see what you have in stock, what you don't, what you're cooking with. And so I love my clear glass square containers. They had to be square to make the most use of the space. They had to be stackable. I wanted them to be glass so we didn't have the chemicals of the plastic, and these ones are it. So on this first shelf is where I keep a lot of my baking everyday stuff that I use all the time. Up the top is the stuff that I use less commonly for baking and for more dinner stuff. I am also a huge fan of turntables. So here has got a lot of our cooking kind of oils and seasonings and our spreads that we use every single day. These turntables are just Kmart. Again, I've tried to avoid plastic. They have been really great. And I do have a third one with my spices up here as well. These bamboo stackable containers are also from Kmart. I sometimes have a couple of packet snacks, not often, but when I do, I pop them in there. And I keep our vitamins here, so it's in really easy reach and to have them there every day. And then the oils and the sauces you can kind of see behind it, and next to it are just my back stock of things. Next up in the corner, I have some tiered shelving, again, just from Kmart, that has a few more spices and my cans of fruit. And then over on this shelf here, these bamboo shelves are also from Kmart, just to really make use of that vertical space. So as I said, this is like our messy, practical side. I have the cereal, I have like coffee station, cereal, fruit, so kids can help themselves. It's kind of like our breakfast morning section. This is actually my second Thermomix. I have one out in the kitchen, and I bring this one out into the kitchen when I'm doing meal prep and have the two of them going. Then we have our microwave, and we kind of move to like my lunch section where we've got bread, and then I keep snacks up here. I just have a few crackers. So the main things my kids eat for snacks are crackers, homemade things, and fruit and yogurt. And then, so we've got like breakfast, lunch, snacks, and then we move into like baking and dinner cooking. Now the cupboards underneath are not as organized, but I will show you. Under my sink is where I keep everything that I bulk buy. So when things are half price, I stock up on like cleaning products and personal health care. So that's what I keep under the sink. Then in the next one along is where I keep my cookbooks. In the corner cupboard, it is a hidden corner cupboard, so it doesn't fully open, but it's where we keep appliances that we don't access all the time. So like our slow cooker, our toaster, and our juicer that you can see there. And then in my last cupboard is my really unorganized cupboard that needs some attention. But in here I have some baking stuff, like cake making stuff, what is it called? Soda stream refills, some spare cereal. That's like a whole basket of tea that needs organizing. So yeah, a bit of backstock. These are my drying mats that I use when I wash my fresh produce. So just kind of some storage of stuff we don't use all the time, like my baking, or my extra food, like my cereal, when I need to top up my containers, which they're looking a bit empty up there. Now, if you've followed me for a while, you will know that I'm a huge fan of bulk buying to save. And so you might be thinking, where on earth do I store it all? So you can see up in the containers, that's what I refill, but I do buy what I put in there in bulk. And I designed a little cupboard in my main kitchen area where I put the majority of my bulk buying. In my kitchen, I have this random skinny cupboard, and this is where I keep my bulk buying items. So that's where you see all the packets. And I've used pull-out containers on wheels just from Kmart. It's quite stacked in there at the moment. So as you can see, the stuff I don't access daily that is packed away in my cupboards is definitely not as organized, and in fact it's due for an organization periodically. When I'm like refilling my containers, I then do a big organization of my backstock cupboards, which are definitely due. But when it comes to my everyday items, it's all neatly and nicely organized, really practical, easy to get my hands on, easy to see, which just makes life so much easier. If you have any questions about my pantry, please let me know in the comments, or if you're looking for ideas or solutions for your own pantry and own organization, drop me a comment or jump over to Instagram at Cara Grace Corey, send me a message and let's have a chat. I hope you found something there helpful this week. I look forward to catching up with you again next week. Every Thursday, I have a brand new video that comes out where I give you mum hacks to help you make real life real easy.